Welcome to the lecture series. In this lecture series, we will continue with the types of machine learning. So in the previous, we have discussed about what is machine learning and scope of it, right? So continue with that, we will discuss the types of machine learning. So in the last series, we have discussed these three terminologies, right? What is artificial intelligence, what is the term machine learning, and what is the term deep learning, right? So we know systems learn the data without the explicit programming. It learns through the experience, and in robotics the main aim is to make an autonomous decision making bot, right? So starting with that, we have to identify what is the real use of machine learning in robotics, and what we should understand the stakeholders perspectives and their requirements also. So getting into the robotics application, we have to answer what decisions needs the automation. So maybe I will have one application, and my client expectation will be in another application. So we should need what is the type of automation we are designing, and what is the learning method to be adapted. So we know there are three types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. Coming to the supervised learning, still we have two main category, one for classification and one for regression. So supervised learning is usually used for two main purpose. One is classification and one is for regression. Classification supporting algorithms are support vector, decision tree, and random forest. So classification is nothing but to categorize the product or items. And next is regression. Regression is also a type of classification, but we use for the continuous values of data. And unsupervised learning, it is usually used mostly for the clustering purpose. So we have algorithms supporting as k-means algorithm, mean shift clustering, etc. Reinforcement learning mainly used for decision making, and it is used for with the algorithm of Q learning and R learning. And coming to supervised in depth, so you can see an example here. We have an input data of 3 apples. So I am feeding an input data with n number of apples. Okay. Now I am telling that these are apples. So I am choosing a machine, and I am teaching the machine that these bunch of data are apples, said to be apples. Now it has fetched the data from me. Now I am giving the unknown data now to find out. I'm asking the machine to find out this unknown data. What it does is it starts to compare with their input data, and it gives the prediction as this is an apple. Okay, so I'm giving the set of data, I'm giving it the label also, and I'm giving the unlabeled data. So I'm asking it to name it. So it automatically compares with the predefined data, and it starts to give the name for the unknown data. Now here you can see I have a bunch of apple and banana mixed together. What I'm asking is, now model, you have to categorize these two. I'm giving that these are apple, these are bananas. So I'm just giving the label for two. I'm asking my model to categorize this. So what it happens, with the help of some pattern recognition, so image processing, it will categorize my apple individually and bananas individually. So it divides into two groups. So mainly classification used for image spam detections, image recognition, and medical diagnosis. Regression used for price predictions, temperature forecasting, and stock market analysis. So now coming to the unsupervised data. Kindly note that in previous I have mentioned that these are apples. I have labeled it. Now in unsupervised I have given a bunch of vegetables here, but I am not mentioning any of them name. So I have given the data. It is unlabeled data. I am giving the algorithms. Now what it does is, it doesn't have any name or any predictions. Automatically it goes for the pattern recognize and categorize the similar data into one clusters. Right, you can see brinjal in one group, onion in one group, and capsicum in one group. You can ask me a question, why the red and green capsicum is given in one cluster? Because it looks for the pattern, and if they are looking similar, it categorizes as similar into one group. So it uses no labeled examples and clustering association. We have two things: Clustering is mainly used for customer segmentation, document grouping, and anonymous detection. Whereas association rule is used for market basket analysis, recommendation systems like Amazon, Netflix, etc., and pattern mining. Coming to the reinforcement learning, so depending upon the supervised and supervised, we have some input given, but here what I give is some raw input I will be giving. So no labeled or unlabeled, I give a random raw input. What has happened is it implements, the agent gets set an algorithm, it implements its best action with the environment. Once the environment reacts, either it's a reward or penalty, once again gives to the agent, it gives a statement to the agent. So it acts and gets the feedback and corrects its mistake, and once again goes for the action. So mainly used in the game playing like chess or Go, AI, video game bots, strategic decision thing, and in robotics particularly it is used for autonomous navigation, robot arm control, and adaptive behavior. So coming to the other types of machine learning algorithms, apart from supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement, we have few other learning methods also like transductive learning, active learning, inductive learning, and self-supervised and detective, semi-supervised, and multitasking. So all these are the combinations of supervised, unsupervised, and supervised reinforcement. So these are the combinations of all this, and you can see in semi-supervised we have labeled and unlabeled data, and self-supervised means labels from the data itself. It creates from itself, and transfer learning is it transfers the data from the predefined knowledge and assigns to the new task. And federated learning is it trains across a decentralized device, gets from the neighbor device and assigns the labels here. So in the next lecture series we will discuss about the supervised data and unsupervised data in depth. Thank you.